just get everyone's attention, please. Excuse me, hello. You can take your seats. Okay. Right, we'll just, so we'll restart the meeting when everyone's got their seats. I'll find my place in the run sheet. Right. Yeah. So yeah, look, just to explain that again, so we found an error in the declaration. If we haven't have done this and corrected it and got the correct one signed, wouldn't have been the legal counsel. So it's better to do it now than have to sort of redo it on our first meeting. So apologies for that. So what we're going to do now, we're going to just start with Grant's declaration again, and then we'll carry on with Mark and then Brent and et cetera, and we'll be back on track. Hello. Is that on? Okay, so we'll just start with Grant's declaration again. Mr. Mayor, the law requires that before entering upon the duties of your office, you shall make and sign in the presence of the council a formal declaration in the form prescribed by the Local Government Act.
I, Grant Charles Smith, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of the Palmerston North City the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as Mayor of Palmerston North City Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
Mark Arnott.
I, Mark Gordon Charles Campbell Arnott, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of the Palmerston North City the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a councillor of the Palmerston North City Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
Brent Barrett.
I, Brent Arthur Barrett, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skill and judgment execute and perform in the best interests of the Palmerston North City the powers, authorities, and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a councillor of the Palmerston North City Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
Rachel Bowen.
I, Rachel Bowen, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform, in the best interests of Palmerston North City, the powers, authorities, and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a councillor of the Palmerston North City Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
Vaughan Dennison.
I, Vaughan Robert Dennison, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of Palmerston North City the powers, authorities, and duties vested in and imposed upon me as a councillor of Palmerston North City Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Act, the Local Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, and any other act.
Lou Finlay.
I, Lewis Wilson Finlay, QSM, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skill and judgment execute and perform in the best interest of the Palmerston North City Council, the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a councillor in the Palmerston North City Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meeting Act 1987, and any other act.
Rolly Fitzgerald.
Ko Roland Prince Fitzgerald ahau, ko taku ki tūrangi tēnei. Ka tō mau, ka tō kēke ahau, ka whakamahi au iaku pukinga, me taku atamai ki te whakatūtuki ngā kawinga mahi katoa, hei painga mo te taone nui o papai o ia. Rungi te mana kua riro mai ahau, kua tukua rā nei ki ahau, hei kai kaunihira mo te kaunihira o papai o ia. I raro i te ture kāwanatanga arohe 2002, te turi pārunga huinga o kawa, kāwanatanga arohe 1987, e raro i ture kē atu tēnei. I, Roland Prince Fitzgerald, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of the Palmerston North City, the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a councillor of the Palmerston North City Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
Patrick Hancock.
I, Patrick James Hancock, ONZM, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skill and judgment execute and perform in the best interest of the Palmerston North City the powers, authorities and duties vested in me or imposed upon me as a councillor of the Palmerston North City Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987 or any other act.
Leonie Hapeta.
I, Leonie Ruth Hapeta, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skill and judgment execute and perform in the best interest of Palmerston North City Council, Palmerston North City, the powers and authorities and duties vested in and imposed upon me as a City Councillor of the Palmerston North City Council by virtue of the Local Governments Act 2002 and the Local Governments Official Information and Meetings Act 1987 or any other act.
Lorna Johnson.
I, Lorna Ann Johnson, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of the Palmerston North City the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a councillor of the Palmerston North City Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987 or any other act.
Debbie Marshall-Lobb.
Ko Deborah Marama Ann Marshall-Lobb. Aho, ko taku ki tūrangi tēnei. Ka tō mau, ka tō ke aho, ka whakamahi au I aku pukinga, me taku ata mai ki te whakatūtuki I ngā kawenga mahi katoa. Hei painga mo te taone nui o papai o ia. I runga I te mana, kua riro mai ahau, kua tukua rānei ki ahau, hei kai kaunihira mo te kaunihira o papai o ia. I raro I te turi kāwanatanga, ārohe, rua mano mārua, te turi pārongo huinga o kawa kāwanatanga, ārohi kotai mano I warau, waru tukau mawhitu, I raro I te turi ke atu rānei. I, Deborah Marama Ann Marshall-Lobb, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skill and judgment execute and perform in the best interests of Palmerston North City the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me or imposed upon me as a councillor of the Palmerston North City Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
Billy Meehan.
I, William Patrick Meehan, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skills and judgment execute and perform in the best interest of the Palmerston North City the power, authority and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a councillor of Palmerston North City Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002 and the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987 or any other act.
Orphy Michelard.
I, Orphy Gary Mustis Michelard, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skill and judgment execute and perform in the best interests of the city of the Palmerston City the powers, authorities and duties vested in me and imposed upon me as a City Councillor of Palmerston City Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act. Help me God. Love you, Mum.
Karen Naylor.
I, Karen Elizabeth Naylor, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skill and judgment execute and perform in the best interests of the Palmerston North City the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a councillor of the Palmerston North City Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987 or any other act.
William Wood.
I, William George Wood, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skill and judgment execute and perform in the best interests of the Palmerston North City the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a councillor of the Palmerston North City Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987 or any other act.
Katie Zeblin.
Ko Katie Jeed Zabalan aho, ko taku ki taurangi tēnei. Ka tō mau, ka tō kiki aho, ka whakamahi au I aku pūkinga me taku atamai ki te whakatūtuki I ngā kāwina mahi katoa hei painga mō te taone nui o Papioia, I runga I te mana kua riro mai aho, kua tukua rānei ki aho, hei kai kaunihira mō te kaunihira mō Papioia, I raro I te turi kāwanatanga arohe 2002, te turi pārungo hui ngā ōkawa kāwanatanga arohe 1987, I raro I te turi ke atu rānei. I, Katie Jean Zabellin, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of the Palmerston North City the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a councillor of the Palmerston North City Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
Right, kia ora tātou. I won't keep you long because we've had a couple of goes at this. I just want to thank our band for taking control there at the vital time. Kia ora tātou, nau mai, haere mai. Ki te Papioe o Manawatu, ko Grant Smith, aho. And it looks with great pleasure that I address this meeting as the 29th Mayor of Palmerston North. And firstly, I do want to acknowledge Mana Whenua, Rangitane, for their very warm welcome and blessings over us. I also want to acknowledge and welcome the many distinguished guests, including many parts of our city society and sectors, also former city mayors and councillors, and it's to you, our former governors of the city, again our thanks for the contributions and advancements that you've made to Palmerston North and the legacy that you've bequeathed us. It's my great hope that this class of 2022 to 2025 will do you and all of our city proud. Also a big vote of thanks to our acting CEO, Chris Dyerberg, for maintaining an even keel over the past 7 months, even double checking everything tonight. To other officers, whether it's in management or on the front line of services, our thanks from Council for continuing to keep our city open in trying times. And we do look forward in welcoming our new CEO, Wade Crockett, in the next few weeks, and the operational leadership he will bring. I do want to reflect on the 5 former councillors, the former Deputy Mayor, Alicia Rutherford, and former councillors, Susan Beattie, Renee Dingwell, Solfa Butt, and Bruno Petrinas, who won't be with us in this term, but it's great to see a couple of them here tonight. Your presence will be missed around the council table, but the examples of service you have set will live on. To these 5 and the returning members of the council of 2019 to 2022, my deep appreciation for what we've managed to accomplish together. And despite COVID, we delivered on a great deal in the last term. So let's start with COVID. During lockdowns and despite associated staffing shortages, Council was able to provide practical, timely community assistance and reassurance, as well as continuing to maintain essential services. And as for infrastructure, we spent just over 85 million on 3 waters projects alone, and on preparations for our new Nature Calls wastewater treatment facility. We completed stage 2 and 3 of Papioia Place social housing build, and Stage 1 of Tamakuku Terrace, the city's first open market subdivision for 30 years. We investigated, approved and released other areas, Akariri, Whakarongo and the southwest of the city for housing development and suburban growth. There were major upgrades to the Calhoun Softball Park to host the World Junior Men's Championships in 2020, to CET Arena, to Memorial Park, and we completed 2 stages of the Streets for People, square east to the plaza around the city square. We partnered with Rangitane for improvements along the Manawatu River, shared pathways, including the Turatia Pa lookout, as the city continues to embrace its river, the Awa, and assisted with Rangitane's new Quest Hotel development on Fitzherbert Avenue. We built a new Bunnythorpe Community Centre and refurbished the Village Valley Centre in Ashurst. We just had a great outcome for the old post office building, and it's taken lengthy negotiations and a great input from council since June to broker a deal with the new owners, the Safari Group and the Wyndham Hotel chain. It's an agreement that will save and transform this iconic building and help with the revitalisation of the central city and offer much needed extra hotel accommodation to the city. We showed flexibility in responding to residents' concerns and revisited the 2021 to 31 10-year plan in the face of COVID and cost increases. And we celebrated the city's sesquicentennial, 150 years since we became Palmerston North. And although that's not a complete brag sheet by any means, it does give you an idea of why I'm proud of what the last council was able to achieve and progress under, at times, quite trying circumstances. So my congratulations now to our 10 returning members. And also I extend a welcome to the 5 newcomers, to Rolly Fitzgerald, Debbie Marshall-Lobb, William Wood, Mark Arnott and Katie Zeblin, for successfully making it to council. We hope that we will quickly gain an appreciation for the way we operate. We don't do everything twice. And come to grips with the scope of your roles so you can feel at home and start contributing as members of this team. Now, I want to direct my thanks to the voters, firstly for making the effort to carry out your democratic duty and vote. Secondly, for returning to this chamber a blend of tried and true, absolute wisdom, as some would say, along with the new, freshness and youth, others might say. But it's quite possibly a perfect 2-to-1 ratio. And let me express my gratitude to the people of Palmerston North for the faith and trust the residents have for our city's vision, for voting to ensure continuity, and for appreciating our achievements in what has been truly a challenging couple of years for everyone. Fortunately, we have 145 years of local government behind us to serve as an example. And something that spoke to me during our sesquicentennial celebrations last year was the dynamic vision, energy and scale of public works, facilities and amenities that were accomplished by our predecessors in this council. Much of what we have and enjoy as a city today is because they saw fit to build, facilitate it, or simply organise it. And now we have that baton for this leg of the race, this term of council. And it's a baton worth looking after, so we have something of substance as well as momentum to pass on to those that run after us. I came into this role in 2015 determined to help Palmerston North realise its potential, to lift our reputation, and I've consistently championed our vision, goals, plans and partnerships to make this a welcoming, attractive, sustainable, creative, progressive and boutique international city. A place that we can be even more proud of without compromising or detracting from the things that we already appreciate and love here. With this came a realisation that we also need to stand up and defend our place at times. This means, as well as lobbying for the attention on the national stage, we also need to apply greater leverage to things that we know we're already good at. We're a smart centre for quality education, learning, research and science. We're New Zealand's food innovation city. We've long been a productive hub for agriculture and agri-tech, and a base for significant national and international businesses. We're a nationally vital hub for logistics, distribution and transportation. We're also New Zealand's Defence Force capital. And on top of that, we're a colourful, creative and multicultural city, home to over 130 different nationalities that call this city their home. We will all need these advantages to successfully negotiate the next 3 years. So there won't be any respite in this council as it hits the ground running to tackle the issues facing us. The local business economy, infrastructure, 3 waters, housing, sustainable growth, council efficiencies, decarbonisation, and making sure that elected members are able to engage and communicate with you, the residents, in an effective and meaningful way. I also want to take this opportunity to formally announce the city's new Deputy Mayor, Debbie Marshall-Lobb, and appointments to various council committees with their respective chairs and deputies and other appointments will follow in the coming weeks. I want to finish up by expressing my gratitude to the mayoral office team, to Em, Trudy and Richard, and to the wider council management, Hannah and the governance team here and staff for facilitating this occasion. I also wouldn't do my job justice without the steadfast belief, support, love and encouragement from my wife Michelle, a great sounding board, and also for my children Regan and Emma, along with Emma's husband Carl and my father Tony and father-in-law Lawrence and his partner Barbara, who are all here tonight. Yes, the mayoralty and council are family affairs, and you can feel that tonight. And I'm deeply indebted to my family for helping keep me grounded, enthused and in touch. Tonight, the members of this council have made a solemn public pledge to serve this city and an oath to its communities, to paddle and navigate the Waka, the good ship, to Papaioia. It's a pledge for us to do our very best on your behalf, meeting your expectations in a fair and fiscally prudent manner, listening to, understanding and acting upon concerns, but also taking every opportunity to advance the city and continue to make this a great place for us all to prosper and live in. We will continue to show leadership by building on existing arrangements, forging new partnerships, fostering new initiatives while maintaining, improving and developing what has been entrusted to us. And by promoting our catalyst projects such as the Central New Zealand Te Utanganui Distribution Hub and Regional Freight Ring Road, our regional food strategy to maximise our position as New Zealand's food innovation city, and how we can respond to the challenges of climate change. That, I think, is enough from me. Thank you again for everybody for your commitment to local democracy, for your support of this City Council and being here this evening. This new council is now sworn in and ready to conduct business. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. So, councillors, we're just to the towards the end, and I would like to move a motion that we appoint the Deputy Mayor, Debbie Marshall-Lobb, and I'll look for a seconder. Thank you, Councillor Hancock. We'll do this just with a show of hands, please, if that's okay. And all those in favour? Against? Abstain? Is carried unanimously. Thank you. All right, we have two quick reports to take as read, but I'll ask